Yes, okay, children. Till now we studied about speed. Now let us discuss about velocity. What do you mean by velocity? So I know velocity is speed and velocity. Doesn't there is no difference between speed and velocity here. So let us see what is the difference between speed and velocity. Sorry. So what is velocity then? Take down what you mean by velocity. Just I will give the definition. First you go with the velocity. The term velocity is used to describe see here the term velocity is used to describe the motions the term velocity is used to describe the motions which refer to speed as the direction of motion, speed as well as direction of the motion. See here, there in speed we had only motion and distance here, but here along with the direction we have direction also. The term velocity is used to describe the motions, but the same thing in speed also, which refers to speed. Again he is mentioning the same thing, that is which refers to speed. Which one? The velocity. It refers to speed also, and also along with the speed it refers to direction. This is the difference between speed and velocity. You can clearly observe here, speed and direction are there here, but in speed only distance traveled in given time. So how much distance you are traveling in given time, that is speed. But in velocity, along with the speed, which means distance covered in particular time, as well as the direction. So direction is important here. In particular direction you are moving. In which way you are moving, that is the particular direction here. Or else you will not get the velocity there. Or you can write it as velocity is the rate of displacement velocity is the rate of displacement of an object in unit time. See, it can also be described as is the rate of displacement of an object in particular time, but given in the particular time. Generally we use the word rate of displacement of an object in particular time. And what is the SI unit of velocity then? Generally what is SI unit? What is SI? I think you know what is the form of SI. This is standard unit. Why you call what is the SI? See how you measure milk or water. Do you measure in kgs? You measure milk in kgs? No, you measure milk in liters. In the same way, the wood you cannot measure in liters, it should be measured in kilograms. So particular, if you go anywhere, any place in the world, so we will have the same name and there will be no change in the name. That's why we have the standard unit. Wherever you will go, we will use the same name only. There will be no change in the name at all. So that you keep in mind. So here, the unit of velocity is Yes. The SI unit of velocity is meter per second. How many meters you have gone in 1 second is the SI unit of velocity. Copy it. Speed, velocity and everything. I told you about acceleration also. Many people use it as accelerator for your vehicles. Generally it is not accelerator, it is acceleration. The exact word is acceleration. So if you increase the acceleration, there will be increase in the speed of your bike. Whether it is two-wheeler, three-wheeler, whatever it is. So it is not accelerator, it is accelerator. Keep it in mind, because I've seen many people using the word accelerator or accelerator, but it is the exact word is accelerator. Acceleration, we use the word. Let us see what do you mean by acceleration then. Acceleration. So why you call it as acceleration? Write down the definition. So acceleration, it can be defined as acceleration can be defined as the rate of change of velocity it can be defined as the rate of change of velocity. So it can be defined as the rate of change of velocity or change in the velocity or change in the velocity of an object in unit time. See here. What is given there? Acceleration. It can be defined. Which one can be defined? Acceleration can be defined as the rate of change of velocity. I told you what you mean by velocity also. Here the definition is there down only. Velocity is the rate of displacement of an object in unit time. So it can be defined as the rate of change of velocity or change in the velocity of an object in unit time. In particular time, it is called acceleration. So what I mean to tell you is, you must be perfect with these words, whether it is velocity, speed, mass, weight, acceleration, displacement, everything, every definition has to be by-hearted, or you should understand, because we use these words in 10th standard very familiarly. Or if you come to 9th also, we use these words regularly again and again and again. So I am telling you, write all these definitions in one book so that you can refer it. They will be very easy for you to understand. Let us see motion, laws of motion. I think you know about Newton. Force and Newton's laws of motion. Who is Newton? Generally, can anyone give the example of Newton? We have one story about Newton also. So before going into that story, let us see what is force and what is Newton's law of motion. If I ask you, I told you already in the beginning only, when the class is going on, everyone can tell the third law, but no one can tell what is the first law, and again what is the second law of Newton's law of motion. Let us see exactly what do you mean by Newton's force and Newton's law of motion. First, let us go with force. What do you mean by force? So, what is force then? Write down. Force is a physical quantity force is a physical quantity that changes the state of rest so force is a physical quantity that changes the rate of rest of a body or that changes the velocity of a body. That's why I told you to go with the definitions of velocity. See, again and again we are using the words velocities also. So what do you mean is force. What do you exactly mean by force? Force is a physical quantity. Physical quantity means which is done physically. Either you are moving, pushing, beating, whatever you are doing. So it is a physical quantity that changes the state of rest of a body. Changing the state of rest of a body means if it is standing, you can make it sleep, or you can make it put it down, or you can from down you can take it upside, whatever you want you can do. That state of rest of a body or that changes the velocity of a body. Again we have the word velocity here. So velocity I told you already. So the force is a physical quantity that changes the state of rest of a body or that changes the velocity of the body. See, these definitions once again I am telling you, write in one book so that it will be very useful for you. So what happens if we apply a force on a body? First thing, there will be a little two things are there. First thing is it can change the velocity of an object so what it can do, it can change the velocity of an object or it can change the shape of an object. These are two important things. So what force can do is, force, it can change the velocity of an object. I told you, I gave the definition of what you mean by velocity also, or it can change the shape of an object. So these are the two important things what force can do on the objects. So what the definition of force is? Force is a physical quantity that changes the state of rest of a body or that changes the velocity of a body. What force can do is, first point, it may change the velocity of an object or it may change the speed of an object. Generally you might have heard tug of war. I have played the law of tug of war. What is tug of war? You will have one line in the middle and we have one big rope. Many people will, here we have 10 people, here we have this side, we have right side and left side we have 10 people. There will be scratching the rope so that who will pass that plane mark, so that who passes it they wins. It is called tug of war. In English we use the word tug of war. So what they are doing is, where velocity is changing and their shape is also changing. This is the best example for velocity and shape of an object. Inertia. What do you mean by inertia? I told you, you write all these definitions. See, I'm again writing it on the board. I would have told you orally, but it is a big course, so I'm writing it on the board clearly, so you can copy neatly. Okay? Don't make any mistakes while copying, because in science, one word makes a lot of difference. We have an example in science. I think you have mobiles, no, in your home. See, what science can do is, I think you have mobiles in your home. So you will be typing, you will be messaging to someone or anything. So what you will do while typing, if I write, say, where you are, you will be asking the question to your friend. What you will ask is, say where you are. By chance, while typing, if you type stay where you are, same thing will come here. See the difference here. Only T can change everything. First word, first letter says, say where you are. Then ellidi elappa anta keladu first. Second one helutte, stay where you are. Ellidi alle iru anta helutte. Because we have changed only one word, that is T. So this can make a lot of difference while changing one word. That is the common mistake which you make inside. So don't do these type of mistakes. Okay. So copy exactly however it is on the board. So let us see what is inertia. You might have heard inertia in 9th and 8th and 7th also. What do you mean by inertia then? The tendency of the object to remain at rest or in a state of motion when no forces act on them is called inertia. So what is inertia? So it is the tendency of an object, how it is moving, whether it is moving fast or whether it is moving slow, whatever it is. The tendency of an object to remain at rest whenever the body is at rest or in motion when no forces act on them is called inertia. Simply saying is the tendency of a body to be in rest is called inertia. Basis on this you have Newton's law here. So let us what are Newton's law here. Before that you have to understand the main thing, what do you mean by inertia. That I told you, it is a tendency of an object to remain at rest or in a state of motion when no forces act on them is called inertia. So exactly the tendencies of an object will remain at rest. Whatever it is, they remain at rest when no forces acts on the body. Let us discuss something about other things here in the same thing. Because before going to the Newton's law, I want to know whether you know energies. We have generally for you two energies are there. One is potential energy, another one is kinetic energy. So I'll give one example. If you tell me exactly what is the reason behind it, then I will explain what you mean by these energies, because without these energies it will be difficult to go with the Newton's laws also. So energy may be in any form. So I think you heard about law of conservation of energy. What is the word? Law of, very important one. I think this will carry you until you finish your studies. Law of conservation of energy. What do you mean by law of conservation of energy? What exactly it says? What do you mean by law of conservation of energy, and what exactly it says? See, law of conservation of energy is nothing but energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Means what? Energy can neither be created nor destroyed. Means we cannot create energy or we cannot destroy energy. But what we can do then? But it can be transferred into one form to another form. So energy can be transferred from one form to another form. So what law of conservation of energy says is, we can neither create nor destroy the energy, but can be transferred into one form to another form. Example, how we transfer one form to another form energy? Sorry, I think you may have iron boxes in your home. So if you have iron boxes, especially electrical iron boxes, so where you will connect the plug? In the socket. So what you are using there? You are using their electric energy. For what purpose you are using electric energy? So that the iron box will get heated. So here what we are doing, we are converting electrical energy into heat energy, but we are not creating or we are not destroying it. Got it? I'm giving a small example, that's all. So energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but can be changed into one form to another form. That's what I gave the example of this one, which was electric energy to heat energy. We have many energies also. We have heat energy to electric energy also. We have motor energy or thermal energy, what you call, into many energies also, but we can convert them, but we cannot create them. So energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but can be changed into one form to another form. This is the best example of law of conservation of energy. So law of conservation of energy states is, energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but can be changed into one form to another form. This small example I gave you. Okay, we'll see. Okay, children. So till now we have discussed many things, many definitions. So I want to make you clear one thing. If you are perfect with these definitions and everything, then only you can understand. Now we are going with Newton's laws of motions. So there, without these things we cannot understand clearly. We have some equations also. So write it in one book, make it sure that you practice well, so that it will be easy for you to understand Newton's law. Why? Because Newton's laws are very, very, very important for us, not for us also, for everyone. So today we will conclude here only. We'll see in the next class. Thank you, children.